Good morning, it's Maggie from New Dawn and the Lightworkers Way. I hope you're really well and you're staying warm wherever you are. If you're in Australia and you're down the bottom half of Australia, you will probably feel the cold, which is where I am. So today I want to do a couple of cards, one from this beautiful pack, the Gold Ink Oracle cards. And we haven't really looked at these cards yet, excuse me, because I've been doing other stuff and looking at other cards, but we'll have another go of these ones. I was going to review them, which I haven't done yet. Things I want to do, I don't always get done. But first of all, we're going to have a look at the Celtic Spirit cards and pick one of these. I've had a couple of questions and I am loath to predict things because I don't generally do that as a rule. It's just not what I'm about. But I may or may not do a recording later and see how I go with the couple of questions that I've been asked, because I don't know. I think everybody in, spiritual world, the spiritual world, dealing with humans and people, all have their own journeys, which I've said that many times to you before. My journey has always been about helping people get onto their spiritual start, finding the tools they need, offering anything that comes to me through my guides, whether it be a message, whether it be a long chat, whether it be looking in yourself, because that's really what you need to do. From my perspective and my journey so far, it's all about looking inside yourself, not looking externally for answers. We've got it all inside ourselves, but we have to clear all the other stuff, the lived experiences, the negative experiences, all that sort of stuff, to be able to clearly see what we are on about and what our journey is in this particular lifetime. So that's where I come in. Sometimes I'll ask for a card pick, which I often do, which is what we're doing today. Sometimes they'll say to me, just have a chat with people. I feel like the reason I have this group is if you need to ask questions, you ask me the questions. If you need to ask each other questions, you ask the questions. There's no reason why you cannot ask a question on this group. But for us to grow and for us to be able to help each other, we need to be able to, say what you need to say. So from my point of view, you guys seem to be all okay, because I haven't had any negative comments, haven't had any comments at all, so to speak, apart from positive ones. So what I need you to do is just, if you choose to stay with this group, that's great. So I will continue what I'm doing for the time being, but I do get asked questions here and there, and I've said it before, and I probably maybe have done a couple of predictions over the time, but it's not my thing. That's not what I do primarily, because you have to really tap into what's going on in these circumstances of what I've been asked about, and I don't do that. I'm too busy getting on with my life and living my life and my immediate family, that sort of thing. So I don't focus too much. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world at the moment, but for me, I try not to watch the news too often because it's depressing to me. I'd rather just focus on what's going on in my world. So that's why I don't really keep up with all that's going on. Sometimes you can't miss it, But the question I was asked, I will probably do a recording later. I will have a think about it and then I'll do it. And then if I choose to, I will upload it onto the group. But I'm not sure yet. I have to think about it because I feel like it's really not my thing. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is pick a card, random card, and I do random because it's not me choosing the card. It's in the sense it was, you pushed in that direction. So the Celtic Spirit cards I'm going to see what this one says. So let's go with the glasses again, as we always do. And these ones are by Nicola McIntosh. And we got Threshold Answers, Open Mind. Gorgeous artwork. Gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. Okay, so we are picking one card, and I'll just, excuse me, grab a drink quietly. And yes, I still have my Elvis cup. All right, so let's have a read of this, if I can see it properly. It says, what can one say about Denver, the Oak Guardian? He is such a patient guy to open the oak door for you. He judges whether you are acceptable to journey through the oak door and will only appear when you are ready. The door may be small, but surprisingly, one makes it through with ease in the amazing fairy land waiting on the other side. Denver senses that you are here and see whether you are ready to walk through the threshold and seek answers you won't find in this reality. Sometimes it takes a different way of seeing things to understand a situation from a different viewpoint. You must come with an open heart, a loving heart, and a willingness to step into the unknown with respect and honesty. The small door is symbolic of the way we perceive things in life. Do you see in black and white, or do you allow the flow of other realities into it? The other worlds do not have the limitations of our own, which makes it a great place to look for answers that we would not normally find in our reality. Find an oak tree, a leaf, an acorn, or even just an image of one. Meditate on the oak tree and ask for the tree spirit to grant you access. Ask for its healing and wisdom to guide you on how to enter. Call on Denver to show you the way and step through the threshold into a reality far beyond your own imagination. Love that. Love that. Okay, so that's from the Celtic Spirit Oracle. And like it said, find a picture, find an acorn if you can in real life, but find a picture or something that symbolizes that and meditate on it and get the answers that you need. That's one more tool for your collection to work with. Excuse me, I'll just have a sip. I've still got a bit of a tickle. Okay, so now we're going to go to the gold ink. And I have said I haven't really had much to do with these yet. So the gold ink oracle cards. So let's have a bit of a play with these. And if I decide to do the answer the questions with my tarot, I will do that later today. So I'll, have a think about it. As I said, I don't want to go over and over and over it, but I think it comes to a point, especially now with my journey, I need to work out what I really want to be to myself and to everyone. I know that I'm doing the thing that I want to do, is, helping myself and helping other people on their journey. Is it going to evolve? I had lots and lots of ideas, but so far we're still where we are right this moment. Whether it will evolve more, I feel like I need to continue, practicing what I preach, meditating, working on my own issues, focusing on learning more, but not going overboard, because I feel like, life still takes a hold, and I've still got things in my life that I've got to do day to day. So this is part of my life. It's not the only part of my life. But self-care, number one, always. I try once a week to do a self-care. And I'm not going to pick a card from there for a while, because I feel like you all know what self-care is. You know what you've got to do for yourselves day to day, and it's different for everybody. Same for me. So what I'm going to do is, just keep going on with what I'm doing now. When I feel the inspiration, I ask what I need to do today, if anything, and I get the inspiration to pick a card, and then I'll come and pick what I need, and that's how it's going at the moment. as I said, whether it evolves, I'm trusting what I'm doing is right at this moment in time. So there you have it. So let's pick a card from these guys, because nothing really jumped out. And we got, what did we get? Oh, don't believe everything you read. The Black Library. Okay, so let's have a look what that says. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? I love the back of these cards. I'll just show you those quickly. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like, yeah, that's it. Gold foils. It's gorgeous. All right, so let's have a look. So the Black Library is: look closer to see the truth in a situation and look at it from all perspectives. Just because something is written in black and white in the news or social media, written in ancient text or some book you found in the library, doesn't mean it's the truth. Books are written by people and everyone writes from their own perspective. This card is asking you to question everything you read and see and use your own best judgment as to whether it rings true for you or not. You need to look at a situation from all angles and from everyone's point of view. Question whether someone may be saying something to manipulate a situation for their own purposes. Question what governments are doing. What laws are they trying to change? What are their hidden agendas? Vote for people and governments who aren't trying to suppress free speech or take away human liberties and freedom. The governments are supposed to be there to serve the people, not the other way around. Is what they're proposing kind to all concerned in every way? That's a very, very good card. And I firmly agree that you should always question everything you read, because it is from the person who's writing it, their perspective. But I also feel like your heart is your filter. If it feels right for you, then it's right for you. I don't feel like we should question absolutely everything, because otherwise you'd never get anywhere. I trust that the cards that I've picked for my journey with you guys are right for me at any given time. They're not always going to be right for the whole journey. Some cards I've not picked in a long time. These cards are really new. They're not new to me. I've had them, I don't know, maybe a month or two, but I haven't really looked at them. So I think the timing is everything, and timing is right when you want to look at certain information, read books, whatever it is. You'll know in your heart. And I'm not talking about here, your head. I'm talking about feeling it. Feeling whether it's right or not for you. That's my barometer, and I hope it's yours too, because I feel like that's when you get the truth. The truth is, in your eyes, the truth for you. My perspective might be completely different. I find what I look for is the truth for myself. But generally, you should always question what you read and what you see on the media, because things are manipulated largely. Government-wise, I can't really comment because I'm in Australia anyway, and this is only for Australia because that's where I live. We have a vote. If you're over 18, you have a vote. So that's where your vote counts, is where you choose to get the information that you need to vote for the person or the group of people. Well, it's usually the person that's in your area, like the person who's been put up for a particular party who you will vote for. But we do have a compulsory vote in Australia, so that's where you get to say what you need to say with your vote. In other countries, I don't know. And I don't like to speculate because, as I said, I don't watch the news enough. I see the highlights and things like that, but I don't actually spend a lot of time, especially with certain countries' constitutions. I wouldn't have a clue. I would not have a clue, and I don't pretend to know that sort of stuff, because that's not what my bag is. My bag is to get people help and learning on their journey as they go along, and if something grabs you from what I've said, that's great. That's absolutely great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. It's not about, ownership and all that sort of stuff. It's just about giving tidbits out there for people, finding information from cards that I use, not my knowledge, because I don't believe I do have that much knowledge. My learning has been the same as yours as I go along, because life is a journey, but you also live your practical life. It's not just spirituality, it's the whole picture. So I hope that's been a little bit of help. If I choose to do this other video later with my tarot, I will upload it if I decide that it's appropriate. But anyway, having said all that sort of stuff, I hope these cards were useful to you. Sit with them and think about what this message means for you. Not for me, because I've got what I needed out of the message, but sit with it and see what it means for you. Until next time, take care, all the best, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.